There was a construction contractor whose daughter was about to get married. He announced that all the workers on the construction site must attend the wedding. Everyone clearly understood that he wanted to collect wedding gift money. But out of respect, everyone just nodded in agreement. On the wedding day, there were more than 50 people on the site, but only 20 showed up. Although they were reluctant to part with the money, each person still gave a wedding gift of 1 million dong. The ceremony was held in an extremely luxurious manner. The contractor arranged 2 separate tables in a corner specifically for the workers. The tables were filled with high-end dishes that they normally wouldn't dare to eat or drink in such a lavish setting. Everyone at the 2 tables knew each other, and they ate and drank freely, without restraint, devouring the food. After the wedding, back at the construction site, those who hadn't attended mocked the others for being tricked into giving money. But at the end of the month, when salaries were handed out, each worker who had attended the banquet received an extra 2 million dong as a bonus. The contractor said, "I saw how hard everyone was working. But since my daughter was getting married, I invited everyone to come, eat, and take a little break." Those who hadn't gone to the party could only lower their heads in silence. Later, the daughter asked him, "Why did you do that, father?" The contractor replied, "It was to see who truly stood by my side. And for those who didn't, they would still respect my character. It helps me build a good reputation." But the story didn't end there. On another day, the daughter asked again, "Dad, my husband is so capable. Why don't you let him be a manager?" The contractor replied, "Exactly because he's too capable. I'm afraid you won't be able to control your own husband. You weigh 80 kilograms. He only weighs 58 kilograms. I know very well why he married you. Let him live like an ordinary man. Only then can you live in peace for the rest of your life." The daughter still didn't understand. So the contractor continued, 20 years ago, I got drunk in the village and bragged everywhere that I made hundreds of millions from raising fish. The next morning, before dawn, someone had poisoned our fish pond. All the fish died, and I suffered a huge loss. It took me 5 years to rebuild my career. At that time, I had just married your mother, gave birth to you, then bought a villa in Hanoi worth over 20 billion dong. Paid in full at once. I didn't post it on social media, didn't even tell your grandparents. When relatives asked how I was doing, I only said I was working for someone else, earning just over 10 million a month, and that our family was renting a small place to live. As a result, everyone who heard it looked genuinely happy. Only then did the daughter understand. In front of acquaintances, never flaunt your wealth. In front of strangers, never appear too poor. Because when you're rich, you'll be envied. When you're poor, you'll be looked down on. People hate you for having everything, and they laugh when you have nothing. And those kinds of people are often the ones closest around you. Later on, the contractor stopped working in construction and opened several restaurants. He assigned his daughter to manage one of them. Just a few days into the job, the daughter discovered that the head chef was stealing ingredients. She wanted to deal with it immediately, but upon thinking it over, she realized this man cooked extremely well. Replacing him right away would definitely affect the restaurant's revenue. Installing a camera was cheap, but it would make the chef feel distrusted. With no other choice, she turned to her father for advice. A few days later, she invited the head chef into her office. She poured him tea and politely invited him to sit. Then she handed him a gift bag. Inside were fine tea, good wine, and several types of health supplements. Along with it was 5 million dong in cash. She said, "Mr. Vong, you've been with this restaurant for a long time. A few days ago, someone reported that you were taking ingredients from the kitchen. I don't believe it. I thought maybe your family is going through some difficulties. So today, I prepared a small gift and a bit of money. I sincerely hope you won't refuse it." The head chef turned red with shame after hearing that. But he was also deeply moved by the contractor's daughter. From that day on, he worked diligently, and the restaurant never lost any ingredients again. With just one small tactic, she had solved a big problem. It is not wrong when the ancients said, "Without great capability, how can one build a great foundation?" Wealth lies in the way of doing, not in the effort of doing. Strength lies in the overall vision, not merely in physical labor. Bowing your head to work is necessary, but raising your head to see the path is even more important. If you always feel that you're too honest, not knowing how to handle situations cleverly, then it's time you need to change, not to lose your kindness, but to learn how to protect yourself intelligently. Hard work is the foundation, but mindset is the architecture of success. Life does not reward the kindest person, but the one who understands their own value and knows how to act with flexibility. Learn to observe, to think before you act. Learn to say no when needed. And don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Don't let your gentleness become naivety. Don't let your kindness become an excuse for others to take advantage of you. A few thought-provoking quotes. Kindness is a strength, not a weakness. Being gentle doesn't mean letting others walk all over you. You don't need to change who you are. Just upgrade your mindset. Not everyone who smiles at you is a friend, and not everyone who disagrees with you is an enemy. In a noisy world, the one who understands themselves is the strongest. To be a good person, one must have both heart and vision. Keep a pure heart, but don't forget to train yourself to have a cool head and sharp eyes. That is the path to go far and go right.